unboxing. Today I have with me another Worlds Collide deck, and this will probably be the last one that I'm opening on stream because with the mass mutation looming, I think my Worlds Collide purchases are at an end. I wanted to do a few of these over the isolation period, but things are coming out the other side now one way or another, and it is time to see the last deck that I will be opening for an unboxing. So without further delay, here we go. Let's see what we got inside here. We got, what does the last deck have in store? Ooh, the Brobnar curse is still around. We have Brobnar, Saurian, and Dis. So boom, got my fun little tokens here. Love these stickers. Shout out to Sky Jedi for hooking these up. Alright, so that's what we're working with today. And the name is the Original Toxia Library Cook. That's a badass name, that's for certain. Alright, do we have a nice easy open package here? Come on. Oh no. There we go. Nice and easy. We're going to put down the Archon card. And let's see what this deck has in store. Berserker Slam. Alright, off to a good start. 2 Berserker Slams. Great start. Ganger Chieftain. Tremor. Fire Breath. Gravel Guts. Gravel Guts. Ogopogo. Ogopogo, Forge Master Og, Mega Narp. Oh, I thought I was getting out of this one. Narp's Brew. And then over to, oh, we got a Legacy card here. Legacy Call the Weak, Buzzle, Edarome, Exhume, Inspector, Lilithal, Rock Grub, Bornet, Bornet's Touch, Snag, and onto the dinos. We got a Broododon Auxiliary, ×2, Raider Gallum, Senator Shrix, Thero Centurion, Tribute, whoops, Tricerian Legionnaire, Ancient Power, Gargantodon, Sorrow, and Imperial Forge. So, on first blush, my thoughts on this deck are, I don't know. It's interesting. This would definitely be a fun sealed deck for sure. Let's see how many Ember Pips we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 10. Now let's see how many creatures are rolling in this deck. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 creatures. And did I count 10 Ember? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 Ember. Oh, 8, 9, 10 Ember with 24 creatures. That's a pretty solid Ember pip count based on the creatures. Now let's see what we got for Ember control. So we got Gargantodon, kind of counts. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess this kind of counts. 7, 8, 9. Well, that's really good. There's Ember control in every house, so that's solid. The Brobnar, like even with the Mega Narp, this Brobnar is not that bad at all. And there are creatures you want to fight in there, so it kind of works. Now let's look at some of the tricks we got in this deck. So let me separate the houses from this because I want to look at first in the house side of things, and then go from there. So on the Brobnar side, we obviously have Narp's Brew, which could be really good for pumping like a Senator Shrink. The Ogopogos are great, some direct damage removal. Mega Narp's just a big creature. We got the Gravel Guts as well. The Fire Breath I could see being really nice to add on to, again, things you want to make a little bit bigger. The Ganger's pretty nice with some of the things in here, like Ogopogo. Obviously, the Double Berserker Slam is sweet. I kind of want to look into this side, the Dino side of things, with some of the Brobnar cards. So I'm really liking the idea of, so how much Exalt is there really in this? So we got Arado's going to create 2. Tribute's going to create 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 7 creatures here with Ember. Could probably do quite a bit with that too. You got Exhume with no, Exhume and Rado Hasaro is, I've learned this lesson finally. It does not work. But having an Exhume with even the Shrix or a Raider, like there's options of play abilities here that make Exhume really nice. And yeah, the Shrix and the Ward, the Ancient Power, I really like. So we got Ancient Power to deal with that. So almost every creature, well, there's a lot of creatures in here. Every house has a lot of creatures in this one, so that's nice. What else do I really like in here? So yeah, this Fire Breath, like putting this maybe on a Shrix if you want, or even putting it on the Theros Centurion so that you're getting more value from the fights when you're capturing, and it can take more damage. So that's going to just further get that capture going. The Imperial Forge, I'm not sure is going to be going off that much. Based on my calculations, you might be able to pull it off for a +1, I think, but I doubt you'll be going under 6. I think it's going to be pretty rare. Actually, no, well, you got 5 Ember here. So when this is capturing, it's capturing a bit. So you could close out with a Tribute, take someone off their 3rd key to Imperial Forge. I guess that is a possibility that exists, especially if you have your Shrix, because then you can spend that. So yeah, that's actually, there it is right there. That's the combos thing is. You got, if you can finish off with an Raider Hasaro and an Imperial Forge, you go Raider Hasaro, Tribute, and if you have your Shrixes out, you can basically throw a bunch of Ember on Shrix with their Raider Hasaro, and then throw the Imperial Forge because you're getting that double dip of the Ember on it, plus it's contributing to the Forge. So that's where you're really looking to capitalize on that to close out the game. Now, on the disc side of things, obviously it's super cool having a legacy card. Call a weak, destroy the least powerful enemy creature. You never know how this could play. This could play out really well. It could be just whatever, just gets rid of a body, but you're still getting Ember Pip for it. Snag is... I like Snag. I think Snag is a really cool card. It provides a lot of really interesting decisions with who do you fight to make your opponent choose that, especially if you can kind of like clear their board, and then the last creature Snag fights is the one they have to call. I like that play. All the board, getting to purge your opponent's deck in all these different ways is really cool. I like that. Rock Grob's always classic. Again, Lilithal classic. You could throw the Fire Breath on Lilithal as well. It's contributing as well to an Imperial Forge, so that's pretty cool. Imp Specters, a little bit of hand disruption. Exhume, such a great card, especially in with some of the stuff in here, like getting back a Shrix potentially for a key. You could even get back, like literally throwing a Shrix in play with Exalted Ember. That's a key potential. And then you have other things like your even like a Ganger Chieftain if you want to trigger a fight ability. Like you could use this a Ganger to put next to Lilithal to then fight again, like Reap with Lilithal to capture one and then fight into something with Ganger Chieftain, or even Theros Centurion, bring that back. Because I would actually, the Theros Centurion would be a really nice one because you get the play capture one, I believe, if my memory is serving me correct. Yep, and then you fight capture one. So you can capture 2 in a turn doing that. So that's a nice little bit of combination there. Edarame is, You know, Edorami's kind of grown on me throughout this. If you get behind, or if your opponent's really pushing, for example, a Star Alliance board, this can be really helpful. Or even something else that's just, they're calling the same house over and over. This can help whittle that down. Buzzle is great to get rid of some of those things that you do not want, basically, in like they're just not that helpful, and they're going to get you to use Buzzle to either take out high value targets, like for example Call the Weak. You can use Buzzle to maybe take out the actual weakest creature, and then the next in line Call the Weak can take care of. Maybe it's an Exalted Dino, Raider Gallum, Senator Shrix, things like that. I've used that as a clearing path. One thing I will say is I noticed is there are a lot of creatures and dinos. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures in the Saurians. Now, you got to be careful with the Ember on these creatures, because you don't have, like, it's gone. Like when something happens to your creatures in Saurian, it's not going nowhere. It is sticking to your opponent's pool. That's where it's going. The good thing is there is a lot of ward here. The bodies are quite large in Saurian, so that's one bonus. I mean, in general, the power of this deck is probably quite high. Like, look at the numbers you're seeing here. Like, they're all big dudes. Like, only in Dis are we getting the small creatures, and not a ton. So, really cool. I really like the Saurian house. I think it's very strong here. I think that the Brobnar is definitely nothing to be disappointed in, even with a Mega Narp. If you literally take out these two aspects, let's just say those didn't exist in the house, there's nothing like a Forge Master is great to deal with burst. You got double Ogopogos, double Gravel Guts, which, I mean, they're nothing special, but they're also going to be really big bodies that are going to be hard to deal with. And then you got the Tremor to do a little bit of deal with Star Alliance or deal with Saurian so they can't use them. It slows them down. And then you got the Ember Control. Like, this is a pretty nice Brobnar suite, I must say. Like, I rather like it. Like, until I got to the end when it was the Narp and the Mega Narp and Narp Sprue, I was just like, whoa, this is really nice. If it had finished off with like let's say an Iron Obelisk, and yeah, an Iron Obelisk in this deck would have been sweet. That would have been a nice little finish. And the Saurians I love. The Dis is kind of feels like a support house in this. Like, it's one you're not going to be calling. Like, definitely the Dinos and Brobnar have that main house potential, either one, because they're all a whole bunch of creatures and they're all big bodies, so you can just reap with them or control the board, whatever you need to do. And then you bring in the Dis, and it has more of this kind of like, it's a control house, so you're not going to be calling it as your main, but it's got forms of control. You got the Exhumes, you got the Edorams, you got the Buzzle, Inspectors for hand control. You got a whole bunch of ways to purge. You can do a bunch of purging, actually, between all the Bornets and everything. And then Snag can just be a fun way to mess with your opponent. So I like this deck. I'd love to play this in a sealed tournament. I think this would have been really fun to open and see what it can do. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, please do like and subscribe, and check out some of the other videos. I will definitely jam this on TCO and see how it performs in the next couple days. So as always, may your Amber never be stolen and your keys forged properly. Have a good one.